Hi, I'm Graham. Welcome back to Man vs Film. This is going to be a top 10 list of movies you can watch right now on Amazon Prime. So let's get started. Number 10, Candyman 2, Farewell to the Flesh. The Candyman moves to New Orleans and starts his horrific murders once more. This time, his intended victim is a school teacher. Her father was killed by the Candyman and brother wrongly accused of the murders. And as she investigates the legend, she will uncover the tragic history of the Candyman. Now, when you compare Candyman and Candyman 2, it's really hard because the first one's a masterpiece, the second one is a typical kind of schlocky horror movie, the kind of thing we've seen done before. Tried to take the character down an avenue where the Candyman probably shouldn't have been led. Still, it's not a bad sequel. It's a fairly decent movie with some good scares, and we do get to see the Candyman yet again. Of course, it's never going to be as good as the original, but with the remake coming out soon, I thought it'd be fun to throw this on the list so you can go and check out and see another version of the Candyman. Number 9, Instant Family. Married couple Pete and Ellie Wagner, feeling void in their marriage, visit a foster care centre. Two social workers, Karen and Sharon, guide the hopeful parents on the steps to be getting into becoming adoptive parents. The couples are brought to a fair where they have the chance to go up to kids that are interested in adopting and happen to end up with 3 siblings. I really do like Mark Wahlberg as a comedic actor. I think he has that kind of blankness about him, that kind of honest naivety that just is so funny to watch. The way he doesn't understand situations and the way he gets into further complications are just downright hilarious. And I think it's a wonderfully fun movie that has way more laughs than I was expecting in it. That was way more entertaining than I first thought seeing the trailers. And I just want to put it on the list in case you thought yourself, I've seen this kind of movie before. It doesn't really interest me. It's worth giving a shot. Number 8, The Last Stand. Sheriff Owen is a man who has resigned himself to the life of fighting what little crime takes place in the sleepy border town of Somerton. After a spectacular escape from an FBI prisoner convoy, the most notorious wanted drug kingpin in the hemisphere is hurtling towards the border at 200 miles per hour in a specially outfitted car with a hostage and a fierce army of gang members. He is headed, as it turns out, straight for Somerton. Arnold Schwarzenegger returned to the big screen in The Last Stand, a movie that doesn't quite get the credit it deserves. It's old school Arnie action, it's fun, it's throwaway, completely disposable, but it's highly entertaining. You get some side characters, there's not really too many surprises, but you get some fun one-liners, you get plenty of action, and it kills 90 minutes. 5 teenagers head off for a weekend at a secluded cabin in the woods. They arrive to find they are quite isolated with no means of communicating with the outside world. When the cellar door flings itself open, they of course go down to investigate and find an odd assortment of relics and curiosities. But when one of the women, Dana, reads from the book, she awakens a family of deadly zombie killers. However, there's far more going on than meets the eye. Drew Goddard's deconstruction of the typical slasher movie is wonderful. It is both a homage to that while completely stripping back what makes a slasher kind of movie. And it has these 2 dueling parts. We've got the atypical horror plot going on, and we have everything that's going on behind the scenes, which is truly wonderful, unique, and what makes this movie as special as it is. It's wonderful in every kind of way. It should have led on to a new era of horror movies, which didn't quite happen, but Cabin in the Woods is a standout masterpiece. Number 6, Hatchet. A motley crew of tourists embark on a boat ride of the haunted Louisiana bayous where they learn the terrifying tale of local legend Victor Crowley, a horrible disfigured man who was accidentally killed with a hatchet by the hands of his own father. But when the boat sinks and the ghost story turns out to be real, the group tries desperately to escape the swamp with their lives and all of their pieces. Adam Green broke onto the scene with Hatchet, a kind of throwback to the 80s slasher movies that really put all its money and effort into the gore. The characters were funny and engaging, and even though we knew they were lambs to the slaughter, it was fun seeing them being led that way and ultimately destroyed in various bloody manners. I really enjoy the Hatchet series. I think it's just so much fun. It knows exactly what it is and it plays to its strengths. Number 5, 47 metres down, Uncaged. The diving adventure of 4 teenage girls exploring a submerged Mayan city. Once inside, the rush of excitement turns to a jolt of terror as they discover a sunken ruins are hunting ground for a deadly great white shark. With their air supply steadily dwindling, the friends must navigate the underwater labyrinth of claustrophobic caves and eerie tunnels in search of the way out of this watery hell. What I really liked about this movie is it didn't follow the simple tropes of the first one. You know, it does, it's a basic storyline, but it takes it to a unique setting. This underwater Mayan temple is a wonderful designed set. You get these characters that have this mounting tension as this Michael Myers-like shark is constantly around every corner waiting to strike and only taking out the supporting players and leaving the main character alive for a certain period of time. It's fun, it's kind of throwaway thrills, nothing too serious, a popcorn and beer night maybe. Number 4, Clue. This is a movie about 7 guests, a butler, a maid, who are all involved in a series of murders. The guests all meet at Hull House, where you learn that Professor Plum works in Washington, DC, where everyone else lives. Colonel Mustard is a client of Miss Scarlet, who is an ex-employee of Yvette the maid, who had an affair with the husband of Mrs. White, etc. Blackmailer Mr. Body gives each guest a weapon and tells him or her to kill Butler Wadsworth to avoid being exposed. Clue has no right in being as funny, as engaging as it is. It is a terrific take on murder mysteries, as well as being a proper homage to the game, even right down to having multiple endings at the end of it, which has to be seen to be believed. Tim Curry's sheer effort that he goes into, his comedic timing in these final scenes is unbelievable. The way he is running from place to place, it seems seamless, it seems high energy, it is almost too hard to follow, but the just sheer exuberance of the character is wonderful. Clue is an all-time classic. Number 3, Sleepy Hollow. The curse of the Headless Horseman is the legacy of the small town of Sleepy Hollow, spearheaded by the eager Constable Ichabod Crane and his new world ways into the quagmire of secrets and murder. Secrets once laid to rest, best forgotten and now reawakened, and he too holding a dark secret of past once gone. The perfect pairing of material and filmmaker. Tim Burton's Sleepy Hollow is just exquisite. It has that gothic creepiness, those overly produced sets that are haunting in of themselves, and then they populate it with Christopher Walken in a fantastic role, Johnny Depp being quirky and amazing as Ichabod Crane. You get Christina Ricci in a fantastic role. It's just a perfect kind of movie. One of these ones that gets almost forgotten in amongst his filmography. If you haven't seen it for a while, or ever, now's the time to check it out. Number 2, A Quiet Place. On a devastated Earth, overrun by lethal and ever-heeding predators of a possible extraterrestrial origin, the Abbotts struggle to survive in a desolate New York City. In a new era of utter silence, as this new type of invader is attracted to noise. Even the slightest sound can be deadly. As A Quiet Place Part 2 is about to land in cinemas, I thought it'd be fun to go back and revisit the first one. A movie that is just perfectly put together. You get these 40 minutes in almost silence as we'd watch a family just survive day to day. Sort food, go about their business, but in utter silence. And just when it's getting to the point where you're wondering where it's going, all hell breaks loose and you're on a thrill ride for the next 45 minutes as this thing just takes you by the throat and does not let go. Wonderful filmmaking with great set design, sound design, just wonderfully put together, and I'm eagerly waiting on the sequel, and I'll be watching this just before the next one comes out. Number 1, Warrior. Two estranged brothers and mixed martial arts fighters confront the forces that tore their family apart as they prepare to do battle in the ring in this drama from director Gavin O'Connor. Warrior is simply one of the best movies this century. It's one of those ones that I kept passing by because I thought, not for me, not really interested in it. But with the main performers, with the story that's put together, this is a heartbreaking tale of two brothers who, each side we see their struggle. We understand why they're doing what they're doing, and we know that both of them have to succeed. And when they butt heads in the ring, it is a heartbreaking fight where you just don't know who to root for. You don't know who's going to win. You are terrified that either one of them is going to get so damaged that they never recover from this. And it's just an outstanding movie. Warrior is one of those things that I think is a masterpiece of filmmaking, an unassuming absolute classic in the making. Warrior is pitch perfect. I had to include it as my number one. So there we have it, 10 amazing movies to watch on Amazon Prime. I hope you find something there that you want to check out, that you're going to enjoy. If I've missed anything, let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.